Hello, and welcome back to shelter. We're still in the baths with our friends. Isn't it fun? I think so. It's my turn to ask the next question, right? Oh boy. I don't know if I want to play that anymore, to be completely honest.
Thank you, Luke.
Actually, what would you guys say about playing something else? Sure, sounds good to me. Do you have anything in mind? Yes, I do. Oh, okay. We will... Skipple? Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Max, you won the last round. Go first. Okay, I got it. Burry?
Yes. What would you like me to do?
How about you sing for us?
Oh, Max. I do not know if I should.
Burry chuckles and scratches his head in embarrassment, but I can clearly see his tail swishing in the water. He wants this. Come on, do it. A cappella. I did it. I know what that is, I think. I know you want to.
Okay. Let me see. I have not sung in quite a long while.
Burry coughs a few times. He takes a long breath and starts singing with a clear... give me one moment. The audio looked a lot louder than normal. That was the peakin'. And starts singing with a clear, strong voice. I can see great joy on his face as he lets out his singing echo in the air with freedom. Burry is usually a very restricted person, but he lets go of all restraints whenever he sings. He is often too shy to do that, but he becomes much more courageous while drunk, like anyone. I don't know. I've never been drunk. Am I courageous while drunk? Should I get drunk? That's for you all to decide. I recognize his performance as one of the traditional hymns of his people. Far in the distant outside, more dogs join in the singing. Soon the night beats in unity to the rhythm of that one familiar tune. Finally the singing stops, and only cheerful barks echo outside. That was a nice little moment. All three of us clap, and then we drink our shots with cheers for Burry. He once again scratches his head, flustered. Nice, Burry.
Thank you. It was very nice. And with that, it is my turn to ask the next trick. Is that correct?
Yep.
In that case, back at you, Max.
Oh?
For your trick, would it be okay with you to give me a back massage?
Oh, right, yes. We do the thing. Oh. How much is the same in this? Okay.
For your trick, how about you, malem me? What? You know.
Rune's tail wags even more, and he touches his own mouth.
Here.
I glance at Max, but after the initial shock, he just stares at them quietly and won't interrupt. Without even taking his eyes off the two dogs, he grabs a big handful of raisins, and eats one after another, waiting with anticipation. He offers some to me, too. I snatch a few raisins out of Max's hand, and spectate quietly as well.
I should have expected something of this sort from you.
Rune keeps wagging his tail.
Just a quick one.
Burry takes a deep breath. He puts one of his hands on the ledge for support, and starts leaning his head towards the husky. Then he stops and looks straight at me and Max.
For clarification, this is purely a matter of fulfilling the game rules. A friendly show of affection, with no romantic undertones whatsoever. Additionally, Please take into consideration that I am not completely sober tonight, so my judgment is clouded. Clearly! This is a spur-of-the-moment recklessness.
Max and I nod, with our mouths full with raisins. It's kind of funny to see Burry so flustered. And yet, that's uncharacteristically cooperative for him. I fully expected him to object to Rune's request. Maybe he really is drunk. Or maybe this is just a good excuse for something he secretly wants. Tonight is the night to be open and passionate, after all. Burry takes another deep breath and leans closer towards Rune. He's careful and unsure, like an inexperienced teenager. He lingers like that for a moment. And Rune takes the initiative and closes the gap between their muzzles. Their black canine noses touch. Burry gulps and gasps for air nervously. His lips tremble, while Rune's are curled in a smile. Burry's lips are part slightly, that's what that says. But his tongue is shivers uncertain, is still hidden beneath the sharp white teeth. As if to encourage him, Rune holds his friend's hand in his own, and he rubs their noses together gently, tenderly. Finally. Oh, okay. Burry gives a slow, careful lick over Rune's lips, as gentle as if he watched himself to. Okay, so if I do, what happens in Rune's route then? Because does something happen and we end up seeing like Max and Burry kiss? Is that the thing? Curious. As gentle and as if he watched himself to not hurt him, or not cross any unspoken lines. The gray-white tail swooshes in the water back and forth, and the scarred face is brightened with an excited smile. The husky got exactly what he wanted. However, even with the trick fulfilled, Burry lingers. When he doesn't move away, Rune gives him a small lick in return. Then he turns his head slightly and licks him again. The big St. Bernard dog opens his mouth again, and not to raise any objections, he lets his tongue out again to meet the huskies. With shyness giving way to passion, the two dogs start making out more openly. The wet tongues brush against each other while exploring the partner's lips. A deep, clearly audible, a sensual moan rumbles through the bath's white mist. One of Burry's hands rises to pet Rune's fluffy cheeks, and then to scratch the back of his nose. Locked in their passionate kiss, they look completely oblivious to the rest of the world. Wow, they're really going at it, huh? Yeah, I get the feeling Burry is going to have quite a hangover to wake up to tomorrow. But it's okay, it's fine to go a little crazy tonight. Max says that with a cheerful wink, and puts his arm over my shoulder. That's right, maybe it is... But still, while I have been living with the dogs for many years, and I know they are very social and affectionate people by nature. When I watch Rune and Burry doing that in front of us, I can't help but feel a weird, burning ache in my chest. Jealousy? They really are going at it, though. I nod my head in their direction, and I think Max finally notices Rune's hand rubbing Burry's thigh. It slowly crawls towards Burry's sheath, which now pokes a dark red pointy tip. And they don't look like they're about to stop. Oh boy, okay, yeah, maybe that's too crazy after all. Max starts fake coughing to catch their attention. Both Burry and Rune seem to be completely deaf to that, even when Max makes an exaggerated cough, almost as loud as a shout. The dogs don't stop. I can believe Burry being so drunk and distant he wouldn't notice us, even sober. He can get lost in his own thoughts sometimes. But I'm near certain that Rune's perfectly aware of everything, but he chooses to pretend otherwise. That's what huskies do. And And we're watching the two big dogs make out in their red shafts, stirring in their loins. Both me and Max seem to conveniently cover our own crotches with our free hands. He glances at me, and he's evidently as much at a loss as I am. This is getting out of hand. What should we do? Should we leave them alone? Should I go to them and pull them apart? Or perhaps should we join them? Okay. We will. Okay, I resurface to meet Max's laughing face. Luke, what the hell was that? I must have saved the first message wrong. I clearly remember cutting out shorter files for the other two instances. But I must have used the unabridged recording for the... Oh, right. I can stop recording now. Let's cut it to... A sharp click ends the transmission. Max's tail wags even livelier. You know, I sometimes talk to myself too. That's kind of cute. And I'm sure you wouldn't like to transmit that over everyone at shelter, right? Oh yeah, definitely not. But he still chuckles and pats my shoulder with encouragement. Honestly, I appreciate him making fun of that instead of ignoring it. That actually makes it easier. I glance around the bath to see Rune and Burry sitting separately, now on opposite sides of the bath. Rune eats some kind of fruity snack while looking all smug and happy. Burry, on the other hand, sips water out of a bottle and a towel covering his crotch. I'm clearly not the only one having unfortunate mishaps tonight. Burry does as well. And I bet that many of the dogs outside right now allow themselves to be more stupid than usual. And just like Max showed me, he doesn't need to be anything to dwell over. It doesn't need to be, okay. I swim towards Burry and bump him in his belly, making a lighthearted comment to liven him up. Oh, okay. We do thing. Oh, Tiku-chan. Why didn't you tell me? We would wait for him after the concert. I shake my half-submerged head. I try to do my best to not do that too eagerly. Thanks again for helping us, by the way. We can't have done the performance without you, Teak.
Ooh, no problem. Thanks for anything for you, Max.
Okay. We go. Yes. No. Luke, it's not like... Okay. Ah. Okay. That's fine. I'll just make a save later. It's all good. But yeah. Okay, I guess that is the end of Max's route so far. I guess that'll be it for Shelter for a while probably until Max gets his route updated or finished. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing Rune's route all in one go when that finishes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. You can tell by the channel. It is what it is, right? But thank you for joining me, everyone. And I'll see you around.